Well, it's colder than crap. The wind is blowing like crazy. It was 5 degrees. I think it's down to about 2. How can Fuzzy survive? Well, I brought in more wood, and it's my place, so I can stack wood wherever I want, and everybody else can kiss off. But how can I survive? Well, I got the fire going. I got toilet paper up there. I can brown it on both sides. Things are good. Anyway, so let's get back here to something else. You've got to have knowledge and skills in any kind of a survival event so that you don't panic. The more knowledge you have, the less stress it's going to put on you. Reader's Digest put this out probably around 1980. I got it in 1981. Some of the things, yeah, after my divorce. Yep. But anyway, I mean, they got all kinds of stuff in here. Finding streams and how to check the flow of water and power systems and all kind of different stuff like that. Let's get back to something, you know, more interesting than this. Here's making homemade ice cream. Let's see. Oh, patchwork. Yep. Patchwork quilting. So, I mean, anything that you could think of that would be on the homestead is in this book. Coonskin hats. And different tools and things. Well, let's get back here. This is soap making. Okay, here's some lady out there and she's brewing everything up. That's how you go about it. And if you take your wood ashes and you strain them through like a bucket or something like this, and you put like straw in between there, and then you put the lye in there and you pour water over it, and then it drips out, and bingo. Test it by cracking a raw egg. If the egg barely floats, the lye is good for soap making. Okay, now I got a thing in here on candle making. And all the procedures to go through to make candles. So I made candles and I made soap. Here's how to make baskets. Constructing a basket from straw. Some more baskets. Cheese basket. I mean, you name it, they got different. This is like holiday, how to make different things for the holidays, like painting eggs and different things. So that's what's in the book. Like I said, Reader's Digest, back to basics. I think I paid $18 for it back in 1981. Let's get to something else. I tried to save anything that would help with any kind of survival, or there's a lot of different aspects to survival. I mean, you name it, and there's stuff out there. Now, this is using elder, you know, your elderberries. Okay, natural cough remedies. They're showing this is horehound, cement. Mallow leaves and roots are useful for coughs and sore throat, and this stuff just goes on. Now here's some things making out of tin. I mean, you might get to a point where you're going to need some things to put candles in, or just whatever it might be. There's some more stuff. Let's see. Making soap the old-fashioned way. This is useful, but you didn't know this. Onion medicine. The onion can relieve pain, prevent infection and tissue damage from burns, and aid digestion and retard tumor growth. Now, the Russians were using this on a lot of their burn victims. You take the onion and you run over, you know, and it won't leave any scars. Ramps, better than garlic. Finding wild ginseng. Let's see, garlic. Don't underestimate the power of garlic. Let's see, homesteading with chickens. I mean, I gathered this stuff up from the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, some from the 60s. Cattails, nature's warehouse of food and craft material. Real survivors eat sprouts. A Utah winter, a family of 7 found themselves in life and death struggle with survival. They were alone, broke, could easily have perished from starvation, but they didn't. Not only did they survive, but actually grew healthier from the experience. How did they do it? On a nickel? That's right, they ate sprouts. Those white, rootish looking things that you may have encountered as garnish on top a summer salad, or perhaps spotted in a stir-fried vegetable dish at an Oriental restaurant. Okay, now let's see. Rock medicine. I mean, who would suspect that your rock garden, or that pile of stones behind the garage, is actually an emergency store of medicine? Okay. Home remedies for health and survival. Okay. Medicine in your pantry. Caraway seeds, cayenne pepper, dill, corn oil, ginger, mustard seed, parsley. It just goes on and on. Just want to give you an idea. This is how to do sand castings. You take your sand and you have your flask and stuff, and then you pour your stuff in there, and you're good to go. How to cook turtles, how to clean them. Making moccasins, Popular Science, 1937. Maurice Decker, he was the camping editor of Outdoor Life back then. Let's see. Tools and hardware for the backwoods home. This guy has an anvil and a forge set up for making other tools. This is oh shoot, duh. Crystal. Their crystal set on how to build a crystal radio set. I mean, you can find crystals all over the place. Crystal radios. Yep. Candle casting. You know, if you want to make, say you don't want to stick your, you know, go with the dip method, you could take and get a couple wooden things and put them together, cut grooves and stuff in there, and pour your wax and stuff in there, and bingo, you got, you're good to go. Now here's some primitive projects. This is a fat candle. You put fat and grease and put some sand in the bottom or soil, and there you go. Okay, how to make simple soap. I make an inexpensive forge and furnace. Medicine man with maple. Free coffee and tea out there. You take your acorns and stuff, and then you leach them, and you make coffee. This thing's on T. Emergency childbirth. You might run into this while you're out there. You know, anything can happen. This is how you make maple syrup. Now this is, you take your car. Okay. There's a stockpile of tools and raw materials for every survival situation. Now, they're using gas tanks to make serviceable stoves and primitive forges. And you put a tank horizontal, and then you can use it to, you know, put your coals and stuff in there and heat on. Sleds can be made from the hood of your car. Rounded implements of all kind can be made from your car. It's just something most people don't think of, but it's out there, and I wanted you to know. And we'll cut this thing short so we don't go on and on and on and on and on about stuff, but it's just knowledge, skills. That's what will keep you alive, and it'll keep your stress level down low. Thanks for watching.